Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a Commonwealth community could be facing trouble soon after a bridge fails an inspection. And a tropical bird find its way too far north in Kentucky.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 o'clock on September 6th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, as people are waking up for work and school, it's definitely a little bit foggy out there in some places, so people need to be careful and maybe not forget their umbrella out the door.
Exactly. It's the Y's this morning, foggy and muggy as you head out the door this morning. So be careful and be aware of that. Give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going, because you're going to run into patches of dense fog and patches of no fog out there. So no fog this morning downtown Whitesburg. Take a look at that. I'd say it'll build in here before too long. But again, we're seeing just mild conditions down there right now. 68 on Main Street, 69 Pikeville, Prestonsburg. They've dropped a degree. Still 68 Logan, Ashland, Moorhead, Somerset, 67 Middlesboro, 71 Harlan, 71 Jackson, Monticello 2, 66 here in Hazard, 69 in Manchester. Across the state and region, 76, the warmest spot there in Paducah, 70 Knoxville in the Tri-Cities, 70 also Cincinnati across the river, 71 Bowling Green, Lexington, Owensboro, 73 in Carbondale, Illinois. Day planner heading up to about 87 today. That'll probably be early before some chances for scattered showers and storms build in later in the day. Olivia?
Brandon, thank you. Laurel County Sheriff's deputies say a woman was found safe after she went missing Sunday. 37-year-old Janice Middleton was last seen off Sunray Drive near London. Canine search teams were sent to the area and they were able to find a scent trail. 12 rescue units searched the area. Officials say a family member found Middleton in a field. She was taken to CHI St. Joseph Health. People in a Floyd County community might be without a way to work due to construction on a bridge. The Justo Bridge in the Betsy Lane community failed the state inspection and is in dire need of repairs. This is the only way people living on the other side can get to town. Judge Executive Robbie Williams says closing the bridge would cause more of an issue than if it were left open.
The residents are going to have to park on the other side of US 23, run across US 23 to get to the vehicles to park. So you can only imagine what's going to happen.
Crews say they are hopeful the bridge can stay open through the length of the repairs as they add support. Williams also says the bridge has needed repairs for a while and the county will do what they can to help those in the area who have been impacted. Officials say blood donations are needed across the country. A 21-year-old woman who was in need of blood transfusions after she was involved in a car crash that killed her friend in Jessamine County. Megan Pusinich and her friend Aubrey Howard were sitting in the back of a car when deputies say the driver of the car lost control and hit a tree. Howard was just 15 years old when she died in the crash after suffering several injuries. Pusinich needed blood.
I accepted blood after the accident. My blood levels were really weird.
Now a senior at the University of Kentucky, she says in the past she was not a blood donor, but her traumatic experience has changed her views on helping others. COVID-19 did not take a vacation this summer, and it is not heading out for fall either. The CDC says COVID-related hospitalizations in the U.S. have been inching up during the past few weeks. A new COVID variant has appeared in the United States. Luckily, new tests show it could be less contagious than experts initially thought.
What you become concerned about as the virus mutates or changes over time, that our ability to fight it becomes more difficult, and we don't want to end up where we were when it first started.
BA.2.86 is a highly mutated COVID variant. It made its first appearance in the U.S. last month. A rare sight on Cave Run Lake this past Labor Day. Boaters spotted a flamingo in Kentucky. Yes, a flamingo. Jeremy Toms talked with a woman who saw the bird with her own eyes and wildlife experts about how the bird ended up so far out of its natural habitat.
Amanda Frazier says she and her family decided to enjoy their Labor Day by getting out on Cave Run Lake.
We live probably a 20-minute drive from the boat dock, and we had actually just last minute decided to go.
Frazier says they were driving their kids around in a tube when something caught her husband's eye.
And my husband looked over and he said, "Look at that flamingo." And we both started laughing because we thought someone had brought like a plastic one and pushed it down in the sand.
But soon enough, that plastic pink bird started to move.
He was just walking around freely, letting people come up to him and video him and take a picture. And
James Brunger with Kentucky Fish and Wildlife says it was likely one of several swept north from the Yucatan Peninsula by Hurricane Idalia.
If you're in the eye of the hurricane, a lot of times you can hear tons and tons of birds overhead, and it's just they find a safe spot that's out of the wind and stuff, and the storm just kind of carries them.
Brunger says this particular storm caused flamingos to flock into 9 different U.S. states, adding that it's the first ever recorded sighting of the flamboyant bird in Kentucky.
after we figured out what was going on, why he, may have showed up there, we were saddened because he was away from home and by himself.
But Brunger says no one spotted it on Tuesday, so he thinks its cameo in the Commonwealth is over, and it's likely starting a very long journey back home.
They came in good condition. They get a little bit of supplemental food here and there, and they've got enough energy to get home.
Jeremy Toms, WYMT Mountain News.
Brunger says the bird's diet will have looked much different than what it would get in the tropics, but its bright coloration indicates it is still in good health as it migrates back to a more normal habitat.
6:07 here on this Wednesday morning. Unusual to see a flamingo in Kentucky, but there you go. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on at the other lake, Lake Cumberland, this morning in Pulaski County. Our friends up at Cave Run Lake, maybe just seeing a little bit of fog this morning, like our friends over at Lake Cumberland. And again, we're looking at that down in Pulaski County this morning. Temperatures out there near Somerset, 68, along with Moorhead up at Cave Run and Ashland at 68, Logan at 68, Wise at 68, a popular number out there, 66 in Hazard, 69 Manchester, 71 Jackson, Monticello, and Harlan this morning, 64 Clintwood and Grundy. 12-hour planner. Temperatures go up and then back down as those rain chances come into play. Sunset tonight, 7:55. I doubt we'll see it. We could, some places, but scattered chances for showers and storms, the name of the game as we head deeper into the day. Olivia?
Thank you, Brandon, and thanks for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, obesity has plagued America for years now, and sometimes the hardest part can be the criticism from the doctors. But one clinic is trying to change that perspective with a brighter outlook.